Hey guys, I know we were talking about measurement, and right now we're learning about measurement using the customary system, which is inches and feet. And I just wanted to make a quick video to make sure that you're very comfortable with inches and feet. So, inches, first off, an inch, I drew right there on my flashcard. It says inches are used to measure smaller objects or areas. Okay? Inches are something that you would use to measure maybe a phone or a computer screen. You guys have these things at home if you ever want to try it out, to use your ruler and measure them. A picture frame is another good example, or even just the length of your pencil. An inch is perfect for measuring those smaller objects or areas. All right. The next one we're going to move up to is feet. So feet, to compare it to an inch, it takes 12 inches to equal 1 foot. And it just so happens that our ruler here has 12 inches on it. So when you're looking at a ruler, the entire thing is 12 inches, which we now know is equal to a foot. So here in my hand, I am holding a foot. If you were to compare this to your own foot, it would be longer than what your shoe on your foot might be. So you have to make sure that when you are using feet to measure, it can't be your foot. It has to be this foot, 12 inches. So how many inches are in a foot? 12. I hope you said 12. Say it over and over again until you remember it and get it stuck up here, okay? You'll use it for the rest of your life, I promise. I'm still using it whenever I take measurements on projects in my house, and it's something that's never going to go away. All right, so 12 inches equals 1 foot. Feet are used to measure larger objects or areas. All right, so if I had something like a person that I wanted to measure, I might measure how tall someone is using feet instead of inches, because if I just use inches, inches would be pretty big, a pretty big number. So we use feet, and then if we have any leftover height to measure, then we could use inches for that small part that doesn't equal a foot. So for an example, I am 5 feet, but I'm not just 5 feet, I am 5 feet 10 inches tall. So I didn't make another foot, otherwise I would have been 6 feet tall. So I had to break down that foot into inches again so that I could tell you exactly how tall I am. 5 feet 10 inches. All right? So if someone just says, like my husband is 6'3", what is that? It's 6 feet and 3 inches. That's exactly what that is. All right? Something else that you might measure with feet would be your kitchen table. You can do that in your house with a ruler, or the length of your bed. We're going to take it one step further. I know in our Zoom with some of my students, I showed you guys this. I played a trick. I said, look, I've got my ruler. I'm ready to measure. Yeah. They looked at me and said, yeah, right, Mr. Gary. There's no way that's a ruler. And you are not wrong. This tool is called a yardstick. Okay, and I need to turn it around so you can see the actual. On this stick, there are inches. So this yard actually has individual numbers to show you how many inches make up a yard. And if I were to take my 12 inches here, which equals a foot, and I were to put it on my yardstick, I could put this on my yardstick. There's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times to be able to get this full yard, okay? It's kind of hard to do with one hand. So 3 rulers are 12 inches each. 3 rulers is equal to a yard. So 3 rulers is 3 feet. 3 feet equals 1 yard. There it is. 3 feet equals 1 yard. Yards are used to measure really long objects or areas. Okay, an example of that, which you've probably heard before, is a football field. And another might be the length of a train. I would not want to go out there and measure the length of a train with a ruler. I really wouldn't want to go out there and measure the length of a train with inches. That would take forever. All right, so this guy is my best bet to get an answer the quickest. The other option, the other tool that we have that's used a lot, because rulers sometimes are a little stiff and they don't like to go around corners, and we might need them to bend to fit into different spaces. So a lot of people will use a measuring tape. This is what this guy is. This is a small version of one. All right, so measuring tape is nice because you can pull it out and then it goes right back in. It retracts back into its holder. So you don't have this long tape just hanging around your house. You can ask your parents. You might have a measuring tape at home and you can practice measuring inches and feet with the measuring tape. So I think we've covered everything with inches, feet, and yards. If you have any questions, you just reach out to your teacher and we will make sure that you understand it, because we are going to be doing some extra practice this week and want to make sure you guys are masters before we move on to the next system. All right. Have a good afternoon.